George Foreman's heavy-hitting style is evident in one of his early professional fights against Canadian George Chuvalo, who had previously challenged Muhammad Ali for the world heavyweight title. New York, 4th of August, 1970.
Here's round one of this 10-round heavyweight bout. George Foreman on the left in the red trunks, if you're watching in color. George Chuvalo in the blue trunks with the red border. Arthur McCanty, the referee. They're wearing 8-ounce gloves. The count will continue at the bell. If a man is floored, he must take a mandatory 8 count. And if a man is floored 3 times in a round, he is considered knocked out. Now, it's going to be very hard for Chuvalo to stay away from that hard left jab, and it is a hard left jab that Foreman has. It just got in there. And again. Chuvalo's best is his left hook, and he got that in twice to the body. And McCanty is telling the boys not to get too rough. Imagine that. Both are very strong. It isn't often you see Chuvalo using a left jab. Maybe they taught him something. Chuvalo figures to go to the body to slow down the younger opponent, 11 years younger at 21. Foreman to make use of that left jab. A minute to go in round one. Foreman is keeping Chuvalo off balance. Chuvalo can't get set here. Good right hand by Chuvalo. And those are pretty good bombs. 10 seconds to go in round one. Back in the corner of George Foreman, we see his manager and trainer, who has brought him along so well and so capably, Dick Sadler. He's on the right-hand side. And his cousin Sandy Sadler, the former featherweight champion of the world, is on the left-hand side. And Bobby Lewis, the coach of the New York Jolts of the International Boxing League, they won that title. Bobby Lewis is in the center. And Dick Sadler is scrubbing off the face of George Foreman, who had a very good first round. There isn't any question about who won that first round. The only hope on the Chuvalo's part could be that Foreman will punch himself out. Now, there's the corner of George Chuvalo. We'll tell you who's in that corner a little later. Round two at Madison Square Garden. The first round was a big one for Foreman. Chuvalo must hope that he'll punch himself out. Foreman making good use of his reach advantage. He's giving Chuvalo no rest. Chuvalo apparently having trouble with his breathing. Two minutes left in this round. Chuvalo's best punch is his left hook to the body, and the question is, can he get it in there often enough? A good one to the head by Chuvalo. Chuvalo a little bit puffy around the left eye. There you can see the puffiness around Chuvalo's eyes. A minute to go in this round. Time has to be on Chuvalo's side. The first two rounds aren't. That is an angry mouse under the left eye of Chuvalo. Ten seconds to go in round two. In the corner with George Chuvalo on the left-hand side with the George Chuvalo on the shirt is Irving Ungerman, a good Toronto businessman, his manager. Facing him head-on is Ted McWhorter, his trainer, and on the outside, the veteran handler, Freddie Brown. Now, George Chuvalo has had rough going in these first two rounds, and it will be a surprise to me if that left eye doesn't close completely, because it is nearing the closing point right now. If Chuvalo is going to pull this fight out, and I use the word pull out advisedly, he's got to do something drastic and do it fast, because that left jab of George Foreman's is as good a jab as we've seen since the days of Joe Louis. Round three at Madison Square Garden. George Foreman in the red trunks. George Chuvalo in the blue trunks. Foreman's the taller of the two by about 3 inches. Foreman, for all of his inexperience, he's only had 21 fights, all of which he's won, is going about this job in a methodical, workmanlike way. And he's taking his time, unhurried, just piling up the points. Chuvalo staggered. Chuvalo has never been off his feet. 2 minutes left in the round. It's an awesome battering that Chuvalo is taking. He is now spitting blood. Chuvalo being battered in his own corner. And Irving Ungerman, his manager, is asking the referee to stop it. He's climbing into the ring. The referee hasn't heard him. It's all over. It's all over. Arthur McCanty has stopped the fight. Irving Ungerman, to give him credit, his manager was climbing in there. There's the winner, George Foreman, Irving Ungerman, wanted the fight stopped. It was no contest almost from the beginning. Chuvalo was protesting to the referee, but I believe the referee did the right thing for boxing and for Chuvalo. No question about it. Here's Johnny.
That's about the time. 1 minute, 41 seconds of the third round. The winner by a TKO, George Foreman.